Greetings, guys and girls, and welcome to Extol's Battle Blog. This is a 4,500 points game against my mates, Dread Elves. I'll just jump right into it. From the right, you can see my Blade Dancer unit with the full command Speed Banner and the Beastbane Dancer. Then you have my Glorious Bastards with my BSB with a Cadron Spear and Dragon Scale Helm. Then it is my new unit. I haven't been very pleased with the Black Arrow Archers, and changing to Druidism is just dawned to me that I can pick the Dryad, the Matriarchs. So I've exchanged my archers and Druid with two Matriarchs, Apprentice with 2 spells, and a Champion in that unit of 619 Dryads. And you can see my 2 Eagles and my trusty Rangers with my General with a 3-up, 4-up and Whirlwind Blade. He also has the Potion of Speed. And on the left side, it is a unit of 7 Wild Huntsmen, full command. No, not full command, just the banner, a gleaming icon, and shields. And my opponent, here is his list. Let's see what is written. His general is a lord with the headman's axe and the armor that gives +1 armor save every time you do a wound. I think he starts with a 3-up. He has the holy icon and lucky charm. And his BSB has the dispel item, Dragonfire gem. Yeah, it's a not that killy BSB. And it's a big unit of 35 red legionnaires with full command and the ether icon, which makes him dispel as a wizard master. Then he has, as you can see, 2 units of 10 blades of Nab, 2 units of 10 executioners, then 4 units of 10 dancers of Yema, and 2 units of 10 Ravencloaks, 5 Harpies, and Divine Altar. And here you can see his deployment. He chose to deploy first. I gave him, he won sides, then I could decide who got to deploy first, and I gave it to him. It was no big thought behind it from my part, but yeah, I just had to try it out. So from the left, he had to proxy a lot of the stuff, so I'm a bit unsure what everything is. But I need to go back one slide here. The Dancers of Yema. On the 2 units on the left is the Dancers of Yema, and those 2 units as well. Then he has Blades of Nub there and there. It's the Executioners behind there. The big unit of Legionnaires is there in the middle. I hope you can see the pointer here. It's behind is the Harpies, and he did a mistake by deploying his Divine Altar solo on the side there. He got this list from a friend of his that did very well with the list on a recent tournament. So my opponent didn't really know how to play this list. Though he's a seasoned Dread Elf player, this mistake hurt him a bit later on. Yes, and on the right side is his Ravencloak, which he scouted there. And that was because of my deployment of the Wild Huntsman. The picture is crooked, but yeah, this is my spells. The Spirit of the Woods and Summer Growth was on one of my matriarchs, and then Healing Water and Stone Skin was on my other matriarch. and this is how the board looked. Yeah, I need to learn to play the Wild Huntsman a bit better, cause since I knew he had the first turn, I just gave him a free shot on that unit. But anyways, he moved up. Yeah, he just fanned out and prepared for everything. We have played together a few times already, so he knows that I'm quite an aggressive player. So in his mind, he was just preparing for me advancing. Yeah. A fun little note: he has a habit of failing like a ton of dangerous terrain tests when we play together. Our first game, he almost destroyed a unit of crushers just by dangerous terrain alone. So on the left side, he marched through that forest, and 4 of the guys in that unit, and now I forgot the name of it, just died straight out. In his shooting phase, he shot 40 arrows at this unit and killed 3 of them. I think I was lucky, actually. He hit on 5s and wounded on 4s and had armor piercing 1, so yeah, I felt a bit lucky there. Okay, and this is another overview. It's after everything was said and done from his part. He doesn't have any magic, so every magic phase he has, we just skip. Yeah. I lost a few guys here. I needed a 10 on the die to get into his closest raven close. I also needed 10 to get into the divine altar, but I think in my mind I thought that if I just get into those guys, I could kill them. I knew he would stand and shoot and all that stuff, but I thought that I wouldn't get manage to kill the altar anyway. But of course I didn't get into him, and he shot away 2 or 3 guys. So no, it was not worth it. Yeah, and as I usually do, as often as I can anyway, I advance as hard as possible. On my left side, I make sure he has to deal with my blade dancers, or else I will flank charge into his center there. My forest rangers move 15 inches straight up and stare into him. He has an MSU list, so as you can see, I managed to put my eagle up and redirect his flanking unit. So in the front of the rangers, he can charge in what he can, and I will kick the shit out of it. So yeah, I think I don't think it surprised him, but it was a headache for him how to deal with it. And in the center, you can see my Dryades. I didn't move them as far up as I could. I just need to learn how to play with that kind of unit. But I moved them up just a bit too far. They could still flank and be in, or just charge into him the next turn, even if I put them just a few inches back. And you will see why in a few slides. This is another close-up. I think what I tried to do with the left eagle was to make sure that he didn't charge into my wizard bunker, but that he would charge into my spear elves if he wanted his dread legionaries to get into combat. And in my magic phase, it was 7 to 4, and the only thing I got off was the unboosted healing water. This is the moment where I started to feel how having 2 druidism wizards is it's not bad, but it's important to get off the Oaken throne, just to get the strong versions of the spell. And having 2 of them, in a way, you don't want to throw 1 die, because that's so if you need a 3 or more, and if you use 2 dice to get it off, you just have spent 4 of your die. After the match, I was thinking that the druid, no, the matriarch with the most important spell to get the boosted one, I have to prioritize her, and then the other one just is a bonus if I get it off. But anyway, I got off the 5+ regen on these guys. Everything else was stopped, I think. I cast the summer growth on my wild huntsman, and he used his dispel item on it. Yeah, this is a picture at the beginning of his turn, and he started to charge. As you can see here, he charged his general out of the Dread Legionnaire unit. Sorry for the poster. He charged his general into my wizard bunker, and I think he might have gotten in, maybe anyway. But if I'd put the Dryads just a few inches backward, it would be a much more iffy charge for him, and I could have prevented that. But yeah, shit happens. Then he charged into my eagle, as I had hoped, but he makes sure that he can overrun into my Dryads. And that's the only charges he did. He's a smart player, so my hope was that he would charge in both my rangers and my dancers, but of course he didn't. He on the right side there, he moves up 2 of his small units to make a double flee move. And on the left side there, he makes sure that if I charge the harpies, that charge will be really awkward. I think I'll just show you later what happened there instead of talking about it. But it's a quite smart move from him. And then this happens. He fires off tons of attacks, and I managed to save everything except 2 of the guys. So he killed them, of course, but it was so close that it would be 1 guy left. So though he shows me the finger, it's a very friendly match. This is a guy I really enjoy playing with. And I do not. He shoots with the other unit and kills off 2 guys there. And of course he kills my eagle without any troubles, and I pass my panic checks, and then he overruns into the Dryads. His general takes a wound to dangerous terrain test. As I said, this my friend here, he loves those dangerous terrain tests. This is after the combat, I think, because he has lost 6 of his elves. I think I lost that turn. Anyways, we end up sticking. Let's see. Yes. This is at the beginning of my turn, and as you can see, we are still in combat. So, I am on the last picture here. I fed him my champion, his lord, just to negate him from chopping down my Dryads. He made a big mistake on the right side there, because the change from 8th edition to the 9th edge is that in 8th edition, if you'd made a double free move, you still had to charge the last unit you fled. But in 9th edge, you can choose which unit you charge. So he fled with the first unit, then the second one, But then the first unit I charged was so close that I just had to charge those guys and kill them outright. I also overran, so his flanking unit there behind the eagle couldn't see me anymore. So yeah, he fucked up a bit on that side, and it gave me control of that side of the board. Except that he still has 40 shots on the right side, and my rangers, they just die when they look at them. On the left side there, I chose to charge his the unit which he had the 4 of, and it ended up that I will kill him outright, and then I will overrun into the flank of the harpies. Then it is his turn. Then he can rear charge me with a unit in the forest there. This was his plan. And when I saw it, I was thinking that, okay, fuck, but challenge accepted. My magic phase, a bit worse than last time. Worse. 7-5. Yeah, as I said, I just went for it. It's a friendly game, and I really need to get a feel for these guys. The last game against Beast Herds, I put them into a unit of Minotaurs, and if I hadn't had a giant in the flank, I would have killed off the Minotaur unit. So getting a rear charge of those dancers or whatever it was, I just had to try it. I was thinking that if I do the 3-up ward save, I will negate a shitload of attacks, but I will still kill the harpy unit, and hopefully I will actually win, even though I have him in the rear. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I luck out as fuck this combat. I start to feed him my wizard, cause though I don't want him to kill my wizards, I will most definitely break in not too long if I let him hit my unit. But I'm really lucky. He only gets off 1 wound, which ends up being 2 because he has the multi-wound 2 weapon. So yeah, he was a bit frustrated there, and I was very, very happy. Yeah, let's see. And I kill off his rest of his elves, and I win this combat. But his stubborn 10, because single infantry models in a forest are stubborn. So yeah, there we are stuck. He also has his BSB close by, so it's no way in hell that he will run. Let's see. Yeah, because of how everything the charges on the right side went, I couldn't charge my eagle out of the way, so I had to charge my eagle into his spear bunker there. Okay, the guys doesn't have spear; they have hand up and shield, but he had to procs with the spear elves models. But anyways, I put the eagle into the combat to get my BSB and bastards into them, and yeah, as you can see, I killed them all, or I killed enough that I think he auto broke from the combat. Guys, the Amaryl's banner on these guys is really good. You have, let's see, 4 attacks, strength 5 with arm piercing 1 from the BSB. Then you have 20 attacks, as long as you have a champion in the front there. That's a lot of attacks. So even though they are strength 3, arm piercing 1, you can actually make quite of a big dent into units like this. Furthermore, he has weapon skill 4 against my 5, so I also hit him better than he hits me. I think he ended up hitting me on 4s. Yeah, because my distracting negated his lightning reflexes, and I hit him on yeah, it was actually 3s because he had parry. But anyways, I overran with my eagle, or pursued, I mean, and because of the angle, first off, it was the eagle who caught them, and then I flanked into his executioners. In a way, I think that was actually okay for me, because now he couldn't charge into my Dryads, and if he had gotten the executioners into the Dryads, he would just wipe that unit. In a way, I want my bastards to help out my Dryads to take out his general, but I didn't want his other executioners or knob girls into the flank or rear of my unit, so I faced my bastards towards my dancers. This way, if he charged me with his executioners, I would just kill him outright. He wouldn't have his chance of taking me out. Yeah. As you can see on the left there, of course my dancers whooped the ass of that other unit. Yeah, this is just another close-up of how things are. I just moved just a few of the characters so he's facing towards the harpies. Yes, and this was him charging into the rear. I was so excited for this. I seriously didn't know how this would end, but yeah, to be honest, I had an exciting gut feeling. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, he knew that he would just give up the executioners if he charged my spear elves, so he just moved back so I couldn't charge him, and he moved his dancers of Yema forward, so I couldn't charge them either, but he could charge my Dryad block in his next turn. Let's see. Yeah, he also charged his war altar into my rangers, because either he charged me or I charged him, so he got the impact hits from this. And yeah, you know all the advantages of charging instead of being charged. That's why he did it. He also managed to rally the unit behind there. Yeah. I keep on looking out. He ended up only doing 1 wound to my wizard, and I managed to just ward save it. That girl has a 5-up ward save, and she's just magnificent. And he was really frustrated when this happened. Yeah, I knew that I would get the dancers of Yema as proxied with the crossbow guys. I knew I would get charged by those guys, and after I got charged from these guys, I couldn't reform, so I reformed and gave his general my flank. I might be wrong on this, but since the Dryad with red hair closest to us is in a challenge with his general, they are considered being in base to base. So I just moved them like this. She's not physical base to base, but she's counted as being it. I might be wrong, but yeah, we just played it like this. Anyways, the move is legal anyway. Yeah, my general does 4 wounds to the altar, then my rangers pop the 5th wound. He kills a few of my guys, but yeah, he's dead. Yeah, this was this went actually better than I thought, but yeah, I picked the 3-up ward save, killed all the harpies, and 3 of his sorry, I have forgotten what that unit is called, but that unit, but he surprised me. He it's unit that can change. It's weapon master, and he has a 4-up ward in close combat. But he only killed 2 of my guys, I think. So he broke, but got away. I chose to pursue because they are light troop and it's my turn next turn, I think. Anyways, they are light troops, so it's easy for me to just run back into the game. Yeah, it's my turn now. It's at the beginning of my turn. The thinking on the left side was that if his unit there would rally, they couldn't charge, so at best he couldn't have that unit in combat in turn 6. So I chose to run these guys up and redirect his executioners so they couldn't charge into the rear of my bastards, because I reform my bastards so I can charge his general in my next turn. Because yeah, my Dread block has managed very well until now, but they will need some help. And the dancers, yeah, they are a really good redirector right here, because he can charge his executions into them, but I will just kill him to a man. I think I will win that combat anyway. I hit before him, I think, and yeah, he doesn't have that good of a save, and I was quite confident in that fight. Yeah, and my rangers charge the flank of his other executioners unit. Yeah, that's it. 9-6 in magic, and I got off summer growth, and I healed back 5 rangers. This is one of the reasons why I picked druidism. I didn't actually get the minus weapon skill this match, which was a bit sad, but the good thing with druidism is that all the other spells are useful for Sylvan Elves, and as I mentioned before, having so expensive models as we do, the summer growth is golden. As I said, I healed up 5 models, so when he starts to shoot at me again, like it's 5 wounds, which he has to do again. And I also lucked a bit here and got off stone skin, so now these guys have a toughness 5. Yes, let's see. Yeah, I killed off the executioners and ended up flanking my eagle into his other executioners. That eagle is, yeah, he's done really good. It's the 3rd combat he's in, and he's still only taken 1 wound. Yeah. He charged in his units and killed a ton of those guys. No, he got 4 wounds in the challenge. I think that was my last. Yeah, that was my last wizard. He killed the other wizard the last combat round, so he got 6 and I got 5. I killed the 5 guys. Anyways, I was steadfast and stuck. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to charge the ass of this guy. Yeah, it's the top of my turn. As you can see on the left side, he rallied those guys in his turn. And yeah, I forgot to mention his movement. He moved up those rally guide there to get them into the rear of my rangers, and moved up his shooters to try to shoot off my ranger unit. Yeah, and after charges, my dancers has charged his executioners, and my bastards with my BSB is in the rear of his general. When I reformed, I positioned my BSB on the left side of the unit on purpose, so I didn't get him into base contact with this general, because I didn't want to kill him. So I thought that okay, if he challenged, I'll just refuse, and I still have 8 attacks on him from the rank and file guys. Okay, after combat, the board looks like this. I wiped out his executioners back there. It wasn't even funny. I killed every guy before he got to hit me. No, I killed 9 guys. Then he didn't do shit, I think, and because he had 1 guy left, which didn't do anything, or he did a wound on my eagle, and then my eagle stomped the last one to death. So yeah, it was nice. As you can see, I moved up my rangers to get into combat with this block behind there, and yeah, it was really funny. I had 8 attacks from the unit that could hit in general. Again, Admiral's Banner is really good on these guys, and I managed to do 2 wounds to him. I think he rolled 2 ones or something. And anyways, I killed off this general. So after my turn, or in the beginning of his 5th turn, this is how the board looks. Yeah, he ended up shooting away almost the entire unit. I have 5 rangers or something left, but he focused on that unit to try to get the points from that there. Yeah, that was it. He didn't charge anything. So after my charges, this is how the board looks. I failed with 1 inch with my dancers to get into his leftmost unit there. My rangers were auto in his unit. I actually think that my rangers will die from the combat, but yeah, I had won this game anyway, so just fuck it. I went for it. On the right side, I charged my Triads into his first unit, then the second one, he flew with both of them. So I didn't charge my bastards, I just angled them so I can charge into that combat on the top there if he kills all my rangers. But we called it there. So let's see if I can go back a bit for my last comments here. Yeah, my thoughts now is the dancer unit with the Beastbane dancer. That's a fucking good unit. It's a stayer, at least for the moment. But I'm playing a tournament this weekend, the 9th of November, I think it is, and I will increase that unit to 15 models. They will be deployed 8 wide, but they are fast, they are furious. They will just kick the ass out of every elite unit almost in the game, I think. At least they are fucking scary. Even monstrous infantry guys need to be wary of this guy, because charge them in with the 3-up ward dance and let the chieftain go to town. Negate the attacks back, then the next turn you do the maximum attacks, and yeah, you don't take that many wounds back. Sorry. So yeah, the dancers, dancer unit with the Beastman dancer. Try it out if you haven't. You need to try that out. And of course, my glorious bastards. They are the what do you call it? The staple of my army. They are so good. They do a ton of heavy lifting in every game. I think those guys I play with, I have started to respect that unit now, but still I think many will disrespect that unit. Just again, weapon skill 5, minimal, so you negate steadfast and distracting, and guys, if you get off the druidism spell and decrease the weapon skill of the opponent, so you get hit on a 6, okay, I still want back the 4-up armor save, but guys, this is just too good not to try out. And of course, my eagles, they as well, they will stay. They are so good. 100 points, 18-inch march. Yeah, I've been considering maybe going down sometime to 1 eagle, but no, they'll stay. I need more games with the Dryad block, but the first game with them, I liked it. They will stay for now. Having 2 matriarchs also open up some new possibilities for me. But first, yeah, I like that. It gives the unit leadership 9. I would prefer if I could get the scarred bark upgrade on one of them, but at the moment I have maxed out my character allotment, so I can't get that in without sacrificing things I don't want to sacrifice. So, but I will take out the swiftness potion and put the entwined roots on one of them. I will tell you in 2 seconds. But first, I think it's a drawback having 2 druidism wizards just because of the crown of thorns, or yeah, the trait spell. But if you just focus giving one of them the boost spell, so you can get the boosted version of the most important spell, then you just view it as a bonus to get it off on the second one. I think this can work out. This game wasn't that good to get a feel of how it was to not have a disciple scroll, but I will keep playing without one. It seemed to me on the forum that more and more guys are considering not using the disciple scroll because the potency of magic has gone down a bit, and the scroll is it's quite expensive, really. But I'm positive towards this kind of a mage bunker setup. I don't like the shoot list that much, so I'm trying to find a close combat list that fits my style of play and is a Sylvan Elves army. Because at the moment I'm a Sylvan Elves only player. Okay, my Rangers, they did a good job, as you can see. They move up fast as fuck, and this is the reason why I think having 20 model plus a character is enough. It's you can be unlucky and they get shot off the board, but they are such a huge threat that when you place them in the opponent's face, he has to do something with them, and if you don't have enough shooting, he can't take them out. So yeah, I really enjoy them. What I do not enjoy is my Wild Huntsman. I think it's 2 reasons. The most important reason is that I don't know how to play them. They are cool, but yes, I just fuck them up every game. They haven't been in combat the last games. They are a big threat, so my opponents shoot them off or redirect them off and all that stuff, but it's too expensive not getting the worth out of them. So the next list, they will be out. I'm toying with the list now, which I think I will feel this weekend, where I, as I said, I boost my dance unit up to 15 models, and I exchange my Wild Huntsman for 4 Ticket Beast with a strength upgrade and a champion. I just have to see how that works out. But my thought is, okay, I get some high strength hits there, a durable unit, since the elves are so squishy. I get something that can take some shooting. I can, in a bad matchup where my opponent has a ton of shooting, I can actually deploy my elves behind them, at least the rangers behind them, and use them as a screen to get my rangers into combat. So yeah, I have some thoughts behind it. I just have to see how it works out. Also, the Druidism path is also good on them. If you get off the unit counts as being in the forest, they are stubborn. You can heal up wounds. You can also raise up wounds on those guys. So, yeah, and if you can increase the toughness on them, you can have a toughness 7 or toughness 8 unit. So, yeah, we'll just see how it works out. Okay, before I ramble on too much, if you are still here, thank you for taking the time to watch my video report. If you liked it, give me a comment, and yeah, bye.